Three kinds of people when it comes to this kind of stuff. Three kinds of people. You have punks, perverts, and protectors. Three kinds of people. Now, the Bible endorses the word punk. Revelation 21 verse 8 gives us 8 reasons why people will be thrown into the lake of fire. And the first reason is for being a coward, for being a punk. The punks don't want to say anything about these issues because it might impact their bottom line. And so therefore they will much rather become close with those who disagree with God, because they don't believe that God really has cattle on 1,000 hills and all the silver and gold belongs to him. They believe in the here and now, and they want their check to keep coming. So therefore, they're not going to say anything about it. But this is what they will do. They will fight against the fighters. Translated, they're just like David's brothers. They'll tell him not to fight the giant. They won't do it. They won't fight the giant. They'll hide from the giant. But David said, no, I got to fight the giant, because I can't sit here and watch this giant defy my Lord. Then you have perverts. And these are people that through their own lasciviousness and the superfluity of naughtiness, because of excessive sin, their perversion has now become transferable. The same iniquity that has gripped them, they seek to put those same tentacles on children. And that's why I'm fighting. I'll be arrested again. When you hear about it, just know it was for a good cause. I might lose support for it, but it's for a good cause. But I read somewhere where Paul said that men were strengthened by my bonds. See, the self-preservation of the church is the reason why we have this mess. We don't want to suffer injury for standing for God. And this is why C.S. Lewis said that we have men who don't have chests. C.S. Lewis called them chestless men. A chestless man is a valorless man. And a valorless man is a man who doesn't even want to win a triumph. And when men lose the desire to win triumphs, men self-implode. We've got to have something to fight for. That's why every man should get married. To a woman. And enjoy the wife of your youth. And pray that God would allow that same wife to become the wife of your old age. And finally, we have protectors. And these are the people who will still continue to travel to state after state after state. Even while they're writing negative articles about you, labeling you as the book banning pastor, calling you a white supremacist, calling you an Uncle Tom, because your talking points don't seem as if you are supporting your community. Hear me today. There's something that matters more than being like color. It's being like-minded. Romans 12:2 tells us, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Just because someone looks like you doesn't mean that they have your best interest in mind. So we have to be protectors. And I'm recruiting men who will do the same thing. I've gone to 18 states now. I've seen the lightning flash. I've heard the thunder roll. I know what it's like to walk in with just me and a cameraman and a crowd filled of predominantly whites or even blacks. I know what it's like to go to the roughest neighborhood in Newark, New Jersey, and they tell me they're going to kill me dead if I step foot into that school board meeting. I've seen the lightning flash, heard the thunder roll, but yet and still, brethren, we're already dead. There's got to be more to this than self-preservation. Punks, perverts, and protectors. And so I say to you, brethren, if you want to join me in this quest, I'm recruiting men. I think that the main issue that has allowed for even men to compete in women's sports is the fact that we don't have enough men talking about this. I couldn't imagine witnessing my daughter, Pamela, who I love affectionately. I couldn't imagine her jumping into a swimming pool while I'm sitting in the bleachers eating, I don't know, M&Ms and Skittles and Twizzlers and Mike and Ike's and drinking a Diet Coke and eating popcorn, but yet and still I'm going to allow my daughter to swim against another man? And in the name of not being called a bigot or homophobic, I'm not supposed to say anything? That's what C.S. Lewis meant. Codified into law on July 21st, 2014, then President Barack Obama codified into law not simply sex, but sexual orientation and gender identity. Meaning today that if you hire a person in your business, how many business owners do we have? You can hire a person in your business. They can come and sit at the front desk and be a man on Monday, dressed as a man. But by Wednesday, if they put on a woman's garment, you can't fire them because of their aesthetic, because it's been codified into law. In my closing, I've got to sit down. There are three kinds of people when it comes to this kind of stuff. Three kinds of people. You have punks,